I would like to preclude any assumptions about my political view. Oftentimes Norwegians hear Republican and have a slew of assumptions filled with stereotypes. I'm not an ordinary Republican, nor one cut from the party establishment cloth. I am what you would call a classical liberal, not to be confused with the improperly used form of the word liberal in the United States. For context, I've been a registered Republican since I could legally vote, and even worked for the party in the United States. But my personal philosophy is not necessarily representative of the party platform today. I have a profound respect for the history of the Republican Party, and as a lot of Republicans are in the United States, a bit disappointed with the direction the party is going in today. And in even more context, to give you more of my personal philosophy, as Nina also mentioned, my party affiliation, my Norwegian party affiliation is Liberalistene. My philosophy, I stand more for individual rights. I support the idea of laissez-faire, free market capitalism, as little government intervention involvement, not only in the lives of individuals, but in the business of companies and the transactions between voluntarily consenting people. The divide is clear with both the Republicans and the Democrats. Obviously, the media does like to discuss Trump and does like to discuss this factioned divide that's happening in the Republican Party, but that same divide is alive and well within the Democrats as well. Trump, in my view, has not caused this polarization within the Republican Party. He is the result of an already long-standing divide. The Tea Party was born and established. It was at this point, in my view, that the fissures within the Republican Party began to persist and deepen. This movement viewed the new American government as financially reckless during a recession, particularly when one considers its time proximity to the financial crisis of 2008. And that view went hand in hand with adversity towards a federal government wantonly expanding, not only in measurable size, but with involvement in the lives of individual citizens. The ambassador mentioned how our structure is in the United States with regards to the Constitution and how we are structured to operate in a more conservative fashion to keep it very difficult for the government to pass through any legislation or to put through any new laws so quickly. And obviously we may disagree on the efficacy of this, but that was put in place for a reason. One Norwegian word I often use, particularly with Liberalistene, is this constitution was designed this way to avoid a flertallsdiktatur. When you have 51% dictating what the other 49% are going to do. And obviously that's an exaggeration, particularly in a homogeneous country like Norway. But that is in reality what a true democracy is. And the United States is not a democracy. We are a representative republic, a constitutional republic. Many have a view of the Republican Party as being intellectually and philosophically homogeneous. This view is false. Though each bloc has overlap with regards to establishment policy and views on national security, some more than others, and each had their own champion during the primary season. But all, unanimously, are long since tired of the Obama administration, its feckless policies, and endless scandals. Scandals that, if we had any integrity to look at objectively, make Richard Nixon and Watergate look like child's play. And quite simply, tired of an overt left-wing agenda pervading American society that defies and ravages the U.S. Constitution, separation of powers, and the Bill of Rights from the First and Second Amendment all the way down to the 10th. We are the entitlement generation. We believe that we are entitled to everything and it has to be free simply because we have an average body temperature and a pulse. Now, I personally believe to my values that Bernie Sanders has been toxic, and his ideology has been toxic for American politics and for the Constitution that I treasure. Hillary Clinton, I think Hans Olav was a bit polite when he called it a ton of scandals from her past. She still has quite a few scandals, including open FBI investigations. And if any Republican were in similar circumstances, viewing him as a presumed nominee would be the farthest from the truth. We're in a time of political insurgency with the technology and resources that give every constituent a voice. It's a newfound power that we're still learning how to use. And in that learning curve, society is allowing itself to be guided by emotions and base desires and their sensitivities, fleeing from any sense of reason, logic, or intellectual integrity. Thank you.